Hello Internet, and today's video is going to be a book doctor video. Those videos in which I tell you books that I don't like and how I would fix them to make them better books, because these books need some help. So today's book is Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. This is a part of the DC Icon series where they take DC characters and make them YA. Every book is written by a different author and is about a different character. This one happens to be by Marie Lu and happens to be about Batman, but not really. If you want to know more about this particular book and my feelings on this book, I will have a video up about my feelings on this book. Fair warning, that video is filled with spoilers, so if you haven't read that book but are interested in reading this book and do not like spoilers, I highly suggest to wait on watching this video and my disappointment video about this book. If you haven't read this book but don't care about spoilers and just want to see what I'm complaining about, read that book, because I tell you basically the whole plot and every part that I have a problem with. And if you have read this book, watch that video anyway, so that when I talk about all the fixes I'd make here, you understand why I want them to be fixed. So in today's video, I'm just going to tell you how you can make a teenage YA Batman and still have it be Batman, or at least a Bruce Wayne book that is decent, because this is just a Bruce Wayne book, not even an origin story, just a Bruce Wayne book, and not even a good Bruce Wayne, just a Bruce Wayne book, not the Bruce Wayne, a Bruce Wayne. So let's get started. So first few things I would do. I don't know about the villain. Okay, I'm going to keep this villain, alright? So the villain of this is just a bunch of people who are tired of rich people and blame them for all the wrongs in the world, which isn't really far off, okay? So in this, the group is targeting rich people by stealing their money, and in recent months they have also been killing those rich people as well as stealing their money. Bruce gets involved with this group and trying to figure out where they are, who they are, and how to stop them. So we're going to keep all those basic plot lines. I think that is a great start for the Bruce Wayne, right? We're going to start him off finding out that other rich people aren't that great and how he can be a better rich person and use his money to actually do some good and make Gotham a better place, which would lead to him being a vigilante instead of just funneling his money only into charity organizations and stuff like that. He can also decide that maybe that isn't the only way he can help, and also become a vigilante in tracking down the bad guys and making Gotham a better place. Even though one could argue that Batman is the reasons we have so many crazies in Gotham, because everyone sees him as a challenge, we're going to move on. So we'll keep 18-year-old Bruce Wayne. First off, we're going to make him the Bruce Wayne. This Bruce Wayne in this book, he has some anger issues, some deep-seated issues. Not like he's lashing out at everyone. We want him kind of chill and calm and cold fury. So we're gonna have a Batman who, like, after watching his parents murdered to death in an alleyway, he kind of takes that to heart. At least a little more than this Batman in this book. My Bruce Wayne will take it to heart. We're gonna have him training. We're gonna have him doing education up the wahoo. Alright, maybe he goes to normal ass high school like he does in this book for whatever reason, but we're gonna have him have tutors. We're gonna have him and Alfred. Alfred's gonna pull out his army training and help Bruce become like a more strong and resilient person. We're gonna have it be like really tragic, like not just because his parents' deaths, but like also because he's terrified of like people confronting him and killing him in alleyways. So like there's also that fear factor in there as well as anger. So of course Alfred is there with him, because Alfred wants him to like be able to protect himself, so that if this ever happens to Master Bruce again, Master Bruce can kick their asses and not be shot in an alleyway. So we're gonna have like little Master Bruce Wayne be training for a while. We're also going to have him learn a lot of morals. Maybe he can still be friends with Diana and Harvey, whatever there. But mainly, we're going to make Bruce Wayne a badass worthy of becoming Batman. He'll still be a kid, But we gonna make him a better fighter than this one who just took like some gym boxing or whatever. We gonna make him a legit fighter. He be studying all over the world because he got that money, so he be studying how to fight, and he's been doing this for years. He's like 10th degree black belt. Even though I know you can't become that young, still for Bruce Wayne he is. All right, that's my point. He's an awesome fighter. So we're gonna keep the same basic plot. He goes to a gala. He doesn't really want to go because, like, you know, he's like, these petty rich people, like, all they want is my money and they keep talking shit about me and I'm kind of really tired of them. But he goes because he's like, this is the only way I can help the community if I funnel my money into good products, into good things, so that I can help people like my parents did. So we're gonna have him like go into the socialite world because, like, he believes that this is the only way he can really help people, by using his money and influence to affect people and how they use their money to help others. So that's why he's at this event. Of course, he has his dickish friend Richard, who's a dick to him. Anyway, his dick friend Dick, whose actual name is Dick, he's mean to him, and Bruce is like, why do I have such toxic friends? And then he runs away in his pseudo Batmobile, right? Alright, so like that, we can keep all of that sort of stuff. That's all good. Now, what we're going to have him do from there is we're going to still get him in trouble. I think that's a great concept. We'll still get him in trouble. He goes driving down the road trying to let off some steam. He sees some bad guys getting away with shit. He pulls up, but we're actually gonna kind of let him get away with his crimes, but not really, okay? So he pulls up, he sees like all these police surrounding this house. He hears all of this sort of stuff. He kind of rolls down his window. He hears what's going on because, like, there's police officers kind of watching the border and the fence and making sure civilians don't come by and get into it, and they're discussing like kind of some details of the case they probably should keep their mouth shut about. But you know, Gotham police are pretty bad, so like we're gonna let that slide because it's for the sake of the plot that they have to be bad, otherwise we wouldn't have Batman. Anyway, they're bad police, so like they're openly talking about some parts of the case, talking about like how the Nightwalkers have struck again, how they've just killed somebody at this one, and how there have been several murders, and like they've been like, they're talking like, they're like, oh yeah, this is the third murder, can you believe that, Cheryl? Like, what are up with these Nightwalker dudes? Like, you know, just having some chit chat while also kind of nervous and like watching out for shit, because like they're not that incompetent, they just like to gossip on the job as well. So Bruce hears, and then they notice Bruce, and they're like, civilian, go away. And then Bruce kind of turns away to drive the other way, but he's still like kind of listening. And like, you know, because he has this high-tech car, he starts like, and because he's a genius, he like uses his car to like, I don't know, break into like the police frequency, so he's listening, and then he hears like the ABB or whatever it's called of like the bad guys running away in some sort of car, and they're like, it's license plate number this, color red, it's like a fast car, try to proceed the chase. But then he's thinking about it, and like, because Bruce is a genius, he knows all about cars and motors and stuff, and he's like, oh man, that car's gonna be too fast. So then he spins out in his car and in his Batmobile and chases down the other guy, right? And because like he's Bruce Wayne, he of course knows how to drive like it's freaking Fast and Furious, or like Batman and Robin when they had that chase scene in that awful movie with the Batman nipples. You know, we gonna have one of those chase scenes just because I love that. We gonna have some crazy driving like in that. All right, they're gonna jump over a whole bridge, down some statues, you know, some crazy shit, just to have some fun. No, not really, but you know, that would be entertaining. I don't like, that's the point of this, is to make it entertaining. It's an action book, okay? So Bruce chases the guys down. Let's say the way that he hits the car, he makes their car wreck, but because Bruce doesn't really want to get caught, like he does it in such a way that like he makes them wreck, but like his car is in good enough condition also because it's kind of the Batmobile and it's built for protection, so it's built out of like sturdier metal and not like flimsier metal that cars nowadays are made out of for like cheaper expense. So his car doesn't sustain as much damages, so he kind of just drives away from the whole incident, and he just like slips away, and he's just like and because the police are so slow, they don't catch up to Bruce in time. Now see, Bruce is still gonna get in trouble because you know what, there are helicopters watching, and this is the only car that was made like this. and everyone's like sort of suspicious, and they're like, and so they call up and knock on the Wayne Manor, and they're like, Bruce Wayne, come down to the police precinct because we think you were interrupting in police investigations. So like he ends up still getting in trouble, but like he gets away with it, but not really, because technological age, and they had everything on camera, and it was pretty obvious it was his car. So like it was black as night, but like still they saw it was his car. So he gets in trouble, but we ain't gonna put him in Arkham Asylum because that's fucking dumb. Like, why would the police put him in the most dangerous place? So we're gonna put him in a soup kitchen or something, right? Something like pretty like lame, something that's meant to humiliate him but like not put him in danger, so they think like, oh yeah, he's just a rich bad boy. And like in this case they think, hey, he actually might have been driving drunk, because all they see is, they don't see like his crazy maneuvers. That's not what they were filming, or like not really what they were paying attention to. They just saw him do a hit and run to another car because he kind of like took like, I don't know, some creepy back road or something. I don't know, like he did some Bruce Wayne thing, and so like he kind of just hit and run, so they like think like he maybe interfered, but also that sells it better as he was a drunk driver on the road just speeding down the road to the news, so he can still be talked garbage about by the news people, because that makes a lot more sense if like if he was just like, I don't know, that makes more sense, okay? It just makes more sense if he was like a hit and run, because it was like, whatever, he was drunk. What? So then they put him in a soup kitchen, right? But like, what they don't know is like when they called him into the precinct, there was more incompetent cops kind of talking about the case in the background, right? And then like he overhears the detective that yells at him talking to someone else about the case, and so now he's like, what is this case? What's going on? And then he hears it's about rich people and stuff like that, and at first he's like worried about like maybe, I don't know, some of his friends, because like he's friends with some like rich people, and he hears like maybe they're targeting like the mayor or like something like that, and at first he's like, oh man, I'm concerned. And then he's like, oh man, this could be me. But like, because he's Bruce and because he has strong morals, he doesn't think that the people he should know should suffer, and especially since he sees how incompetent the detectives are. But he's like, he's not trashing them, he just thinks he can do it better because he has a super big ego, because he's fucking Bruce Wayne and he's gonna become Batman. So like in his big ego head, he's like, oh man, I'm an 18-year-old kid and I'm way smarter than adults because I'm a certified genius. So like while he's forced to do like stupid soup kitchens and stuff like that, I'm also this is also what I'm gonna do. The bad guy was like, one of the bad guys was caught, but I want, like, if he's gonna fall in love with like a villainous character, I want her to be working at the soup kitchen, okay? So he's forced to go to the soup kitchen, and the real bad guy with a plan, she got away, and she made somebody else take the fall for her, and they're currently in Arkham Asylum, and the detectives are trying to work on that person. But the real evil person is actually in the soup kitchen, because they heard about how Bruce interrupted with their investigation and stuff, or with them getting away with stuff on the news, and they heard through the pipeline that Bruce was going to get punished and he was being sent to a soup kitchen. So they're walking free, and they decide to infiltrate the soup kitchen and start at the same time as Bruce, as like, oh, I'm just like a poor innocent girl who wants to do her best for society. And like she starts to like get close to Bruce, and like Bruce starts to get close to her, but all while he's in the soup kitchen situation, he keeps trying to get out of it because he like wants to learn more about like the case and what's going on. He starts becoming obsessed with it, because like, that's kind of what Batman does, is become obsessed with cases. So he starts to become obsessed with this case and like finding it out, and he's listening to the radios, and he's secretly trying to hack systems from remote locations, because he's not going to do it from his own IP like he did in this book. Forgot to mention that in my review. But he also gets caught by the police because he goes onto police servers using his own IP address like a fucking idiot. Anyway, he's not going to do that. He's going to use remote computers because he's also a tech genius, which he apparently was in this book, but like, he was an idiot, so like immediately got caught. Anyway, my Batman is way smarter. He actually uses his brain. So like he starts to become obsessed with the case, and like when he's not on the case, he's always talking to this girl, and like, I don't know, kind of talking about like, what if I could do more? What if I could like do more and help more people, and like just do more than like serving at soup kitchens or giving my money away? And like they started sort of go through sort of like some sort of romance or something like that. Now, so he not gonna like mess with the cops. He gonna stay undercover because I don't think he should be getting in trouble with the cops that often. I honestly don't. I think he should like almost get away with by the grit of his teeth and maybe 1 or 2 times get caught, like while he's in the soup kitchen, okay? So like he continues, he falls with this girl, they have a falling in, they start to get sweet on each other, you know, but like she's actually evil. Like she's sort of attracted to Bruce because he has tons of money and he's like super handsome, but really she just kind of wants to stab him in the back and like steal all his money because she's an evil mastermind genius, and her motivations are that, of course, like some horrible backstory where basically rich people destroyed her family, so she wants to make corrupt rich people pay, and she doesn't really do a lot of research, so like sometimes she gets rich people who are pretty decent. Like that's why she originally was going after Bruce, because in the media he's always just told as like a party rich boy, so that's what always she believed until she actually met him and started having talks with him and stuff. But she wasn't set out on murdering people at the first, but then she decided to start murdering people when she realized how corrupt they were, because we're gonna have like the people that she's currently murdering, they're in this whole corruption ring, ripping off and hurting tons and tons of people like horribly by ripping them off and like trying to be more greedy and stuff. And that's why she changed her tactic from just stealing their money to now killing them for their money. Also, whatever horrible thing that happened to her, maybe it's like the same girl, her name's like Madeline, I think, and like her brother or something died at the hands of a doctor, which was her supposed backstory that she told Bruce. We're actually going to have the brother die and not become the pseudo crazy villain like he did in this book. The brother is actually going to die, like he's actually going to die, like dead, at the hands of malpractice, and her mother is still going to get like revenge on the doctor and whatever, and so like she's going to take it to heart. And her backstory and the reason why like the Nightwalkers is like, say this all happened around like when she was 10 or whatever. So it's been 8 years, and in these 8 years she was still like a tech genius. So like while she didn't do like, I don't know, like murderous stuff, the reason why the Nightwalker started all those 8 years ago like it did is still going to be, and no, we'll make her 20, so 10 years ago, yeah. So she'll be a little older than Bruce. I don't know, like you fall in love with like an evil older woman, I feel like that can work, right? Like that gives us some good. So like her whole backstory is like all of this happened, and at 10 she was set on like getting revenge, and she was kind of funneled through the foster system, which is garbage, so of course she was treated like garbage, and she started stealing to kind of survive because of how garbage her life was, and soon it started to grow into resentment because like people were awful and she was blaming rich people, and because she's a tech genius she started like doing, I don't know, like what are they called, like 419 scams, like the Nigerian prince scams and stuff. So she started doing those, right? And then she started realizing, why don't I target rich people? And so it started getting better. So that's when she made the Nightwalkers, and that's why they've been around for so long. But originally they were just like kind of petty crimes and like petty thievery, and they started upping the ante as this girl got older, and she started recruiting other kids from the foster system, other kids who had been abused and stuff like that, and like adults and like, you know, different amalgamations of people who had been abused by rich people by doing this. And then soon, like as she learned more and more and more and more, so she's like just this mastermind tech genius. She like can decently fight, but usually she's just like the mind of the operation, and she gets like a lot of grunt workers. And so like the reason why she's up the ante to murdering people is because now she's like fucking done. Like she's just like, I want all rich people dead and I'll eat their carcasses, sort of. Like she's like fucking done with them. So like she decides like now she uncover like a huge massive corruption, and she decides to target all their people, steal all of this money, not only to fund her projects so that they can go after more people, but also she's like setting up like charities and trusts and like stuff like that to like help people. So like she's like sort of like an evil Robin Hood, right? She's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but she's also brutally murdering the rich. So I want her to be a sympathetic villain, like a villain with morals, messed up, screwed up morals, but morals like you can understand, right? Like you want to kind of want to root for her, but also feel bad that you're rooting for her. Like that's peak of villainess. That's the kind of villain I want. So like I want some sort of like stuff, and then like Bruce is gonna get betrayed by her because it turns out she wasn't just a soup kitchen college kid. She was like able. She didn't really want to join the Peace Corps, like stuff like that, right? So Bruce gets obsessed with these two things, with this girl and with this case, and he starts like, I don't know, doing like detective work, like, you know, running off in the middle of the night, maybe like almost getting beat up by thugs, maybe following some bad leads. I don't know, you can throw in whatever misadventures you want him to have along the way for whatever. Anyway, the big reveal and the big badness is all going to be the same. It's still going to be a gala, right? So we're going to have Bruce, we're going to have Alfred all of a sudden remind Bruce that he has this gala. Now, this gala is like a huge thing. It's like the Wayne Enterprises famous gala and whatever, that is in honor of Martha Wayne because it's on her birthday or something like that. You know, like, you know, sentimental shit. And Bruce all forgot all about it because he's been wrapped up so much in this case. Now, I want Bruce to kind of sort of be blind to a couple things like Soup Kitchen Girl, some parts of the plans and stuff that are kind of obvious, but like it's clear why he isn't getting it because like he's so obsessed with it. He's not like kind of thinking outside. Like he's clearly smart and he's thinking about this smart, but like he's gonna miss some pretty obvious signs, like maybe one or two, because like he's being obsessive about it, to the point where it's really like unhealthy. So like he's like told by Alfred, you have to go and you have to go to this event. And he's like, god damn it, like I wanted to catch these Nightwalkers, now I gotta waste my time at this gala. And he's like so obsessed with it that he kind of like starts missing some signs. Maybe he invites Super Kitchen Girl, and she's kind of acting a little more suspicious now. And anyway, all the shit goes down at this gala, and they start like taking everyone hostage, right? And the Bruce is at this gala because we're just gonna have him at the gala, and we're not going to have him put on any suit, okay? Because I think that's dumb, alright? We're not going to have him put on any suit because that's going to end up in some obvious territory waters like it did with here. Like, we're not going to have him have a suit. We're just going to have him, like, kick ass, like, Bruce Wayne style. Like, he's just going to be a badass Bruce Wayne, okay? Like, I don't know, like hoodie or something, like a hoodie vigilante, like, you know, but like not wearing an actual suit. That can come later. We're just doing origin story stuff now. So like everything happens at the gala, everything goes down, everyone's held hostage. Now I don't know, maybe Bruce still has his phone, so he starts texting Alfred, and Alfred like texts back so that we can have some funny Alfred quips or something. And let's say Bruce kind of distracts somebody and like kind of like inches away from the hostages, and like he calls Alfred, and like him and Alfred have some like cute Bruce and Alfred back and forth, and Alfred is like worried about Bruce, so Bruce is like, hey man, help me out, and like I don't know, they do something like turn off the power or something like that, so like Alfred has to help from the outside, but because he was a part of the military and he's been training Bruce for a while and like stuff like that, he's a genius and he's like the best sidekick ever. Like Alfred is the true Batman sidekick, not Robin, it's Alfred. So Alfred's like the tech guy at the computer guy on the phone guy, and like he's doing all this sort of stuff to kind of help, and like the police are being useless outside because that's what the police fucking are. And the reason why they're being useless, so in this book it was because Wayne Tech had some like sort of drones that were keeping the police back. We can keep those and have them be masterpieces of Wayne Tech, or we could have the villainous character make them and stuff because, you know, she's a genius. I don't really care. Like, I don't know, the villain does something that keeps the police outside and they're incompetent, so like it really doesn't matter anyway, whether it be because she hacks into something made by Wayne Tech or because she makes something herself that keeps the police out. I don't really care. Frankly, the author of this story can work harder than I am making up stuff so that this book seems more entertaining to me, because like, you know what, I don't care. Anyway, we're moving on. so fun stuff. So like Bruce is like running around and like he's like going back and forth like ninja, like chopping people in the neck or something to like get to the control center to try to figure out like how to shut down the bad guys or like whatever they're doing. I don't know. He doesn't know their plan yet, but he knows that they're here and he's like, I'm gonna get it. But he's kind of like hiding in the shadows, and it's kind of gonna be a James Bond moment because he's gonna be like wearing this fabulous fitted tux because like he's rich and he can afford that sort of stuff, and he's handsome, so he's gonna look pretty rad, kicking people with like his fitted tux and looking all nice. So like he's gonna beat up somebody looking like James Bond, but Bruce Wayne. Like anyway, jokes aside, he confronts the bad guy. Maybe she's wearing a mask, but then he hears her voice, and then he's like, and he says her name. I don't know. In this name, her name's Madeline. So he's like, Madeline, and then she's like, fuck Bruce, and then she points a gun at him, and like there's some bad guys, and they're pointing guns at him too, you know, because like she has henchmen, like all good bad guys do. And then like basically slaps himself on the forehead, and he's like, he doesn't even have that moment. He's like, wait, it's you? He's like, fuck, like how did I not see it? Like I'm a genius. Like I want him to have that moment because I don't want there to be a villain dialogue per se or monologue. I want kind of like Bruce to be smart enough to realize how obvious it was and then be like, fuck, it was obvious, and like him just be like, of course. He's like, this is why you didn't want to hang out with me, and this is why you kept asking suspicious questions. I thought it was just because you were interested in me because I was rich and I have a big ego, like, you know. And they have like sort of a back and forth. I don't know, maybe make it like a fake love triangle and like have like some crazy other criminal who's obsessed with her like try to kill Bruce. I don't know. Have him beat up some more people. Have some shit go down like with guns, or like he has to run away and they're chasing after him, and then it like ends on like a rooftop scene, you know. And like Alfred's been working from the outside like hacking shit because like, you know, that's what Alfred fucking does. He's trying to save the hostages, so he's hacking shit from the outside. And like, you know, they have like some flirty back and forth, which is also like villain and hero back and forth, and then like maybe they like chase each other on the roof scene, and then they're having like a showdown sort of stuff. And then like, I don't know, the police barrage breaks through while they're like up on the roof flirting with each other, and then she gets like a comm that's like, oh man and Maddie, they've broken through, like what are we gonna do? And she's like, peace out, Bruce Wayne, and like she escapes. I don't know, like I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know how she escapes. I don't know what happens. Maybe like there's a shootout. Maybe like a helicopter comes and like tries to shoot her, and Bruce thinks like that she's dead, but it's like the classic, oh, she was shot and like she fell down like 10 stories into an alley, but when Bruce looks over the edge, she's not here, and there's just like a splatter of blood. Yeah, that's how I want it to go down. And then like at the end of the day, Bruce kind of like sneaks back inside and pretends to be one of the hostages. And like when the bad guys are caught, they don't say shit, not because they're scared of Bruce, but because they're scared of Madeline, and they don't want to say anything, not even stuff that would implicate Bruce, because they're fucking terrified. But then later they all get murdered in their cells because Madeline is a crazy bitch, and she's just like evil. Like at the end of the day, she's evil, and she doesn't want to get caught, and she doesn't care who she hurts so that she doesn't get caught. Like she's evil Robin Hood. I don't know, maybe we'll call her the Hood. She's gonna be the Hood, guys. That's her name. She's gonna be the Red Hood. Oh my god. Yeah, so basically Batman's gonna fall in love with the Red Hood, but not in like a Joker way, but in like Madeline is the Red Hood way. This is genius. Like, I hope one of you storyboard artists are like listening to this, because this needs to be a graphic novel. I am a certified genius. Like, this would be a great book. Anyway, so the whole story is Batman and the White Nightwalker. So then he goes off, and then he's talking to Alfred about like how it was, and he's like, Alfred, and the book ends with like him doing like some sort of like statement to Alfred, and he's like, Alfred, we need to do something. Gotham needs someone to protect it. And Alfred's like, but Master Bruce, who should it be? And he's like, me. and then it like fades out to black. I know this is a book, but like just like that same book concept. And that's what this book would be if it was good. But it wasn't, so here's this video telling you of how this book could have been good, but wasn't. So if you have any other awesome ideas to how to make this book less garbage, comment down below and let me know. Also, if you're like an author or like a storyboard artist or something, feel free to write a comic about this. Feel free. Just like dedicate it to me or something and like send me a free copy for a review. But that would be an awesome book. Like, I think I'm really proud. Like, fucking Red Hood. Like, that would be great. Oh my god, I am so proud of myself. And she like wears red all the time. Like, that's kind of her give for why she's suspicious, is because like she's always kind of wearing red and like a red hood and like, you know, being like sort of suspicious and stuff. It'd be fucking amazing. Peak amazing. That's the best I've ever done. So comment below if you like this, if you have any other great ideas, and if you like things like this and you want to see more, click all those bunnies down below. And if you have any suggestions for books that you think would make great book doctors, whether they be ones I've read already or not, then comment down and maybe I'll think about reading those books if I haven't, or doing book doctors about them, because these are pretty fun videos. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye, internet.